What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lex Alexis for a live stream. Believe it or not, we are back with our watch-alongs. We found the time for today to do one. It is not really a game I would choose, but with the timings, I'm going to go with this one. West Brom, Bristol City. Who knows what we can get in this game? I can't actually remember what I predicted this one. Maybe a West Brom win or a draw. Potentially a draw, knowing the amount of draws that West Brom have had, probably gone for a draw. But ultimately, I hope for a really, really good game. I'm just going to see if I can adjust this camera slightly, because it may look a little bit small. Alright, I think we're on. Let me know how the audio is. I think based on the metrics, it's looking okay at the moment. But if things are not looking fine, just let me know and I will adjust it accordingly. Lee and Wallace the Guam fan and GHGN, great company. Thank you for tuning in to the first part of this stream. It's always massively appreciated to see some of you take the time out of your day to wander around to see what this oaf has to say. So I'm really, really appreciated constantly about all of you spending your time during your Christmas time, dare I say, on my sort of entertainment. I predicted 1-1. I just looked at my predictions, so it was 1-1. So predictably, I've gone for a West Brom draw. Feeling within the Christmas spirit at the moment. Actually got a Christmas jumper on, which I'll show in full potentially if we get to a good milestone for today. Just trying to invoke this Christmas mood, which I'm not getting too much with my family at the moment. They are a little bit ill, so it's difficult to keep spirits. So sometimes you just need one with the full spirit of Christmas to lift everybody up. And that's the role I'm playing this year. How is everyone preparing for Christmas at the moment? I'll be very interested to hear how you guys are preparing for that. We had a couple of huge results actually this weekend so far in the Prem and especially in the Championship as well. Changes constantly regarding the bottom of the table, especially some outstanding results, some results that only a few of us would have predicted correctly. And ultimately, I'm quite excited to see how I do because I got a couple of scores correctly. I did get Luton Derby, that was the correct one. I was so close with Preston QPR. I was so close. But Sunderland, Norwich was spot on. Can't remember if there was another one. I think there was another one. Sheffield United, Cardiff. That was another one I got spot on as well. So it's been a pretty good couple of weeks on my predictions. It's kind of gone on a little bit of a turnaround, which I'm a little bit shocked with. And lots of correct outcomes as well, which has really helped with the points I've accrued. And GHGN, I did notice your prediction. Fair play to you, getting 3-3. We have had it before where people have predicted games to feature more from 4 to 6 goals and get them correctly. But it's not often when that happens, so well done to you. That is a great prediction. I think I was 1 goal out. I think I said 3-2 Middlesbrough, which ultimately, for the way the game was going, did look like it could have actually been that scoreline. Vijay, welcome to the stream. He's from Egypt. Thank you especially for taking the time out of your day to see me. I'm assuming you're on holiday there. If all of you guys are going away on holiday, please let me know what you guys are doing. Certainly from my point of view, I'm not doing anything anywhere near as exciting. I'm sitting at home, sort of putting my feet up at the moment. I certainly think yesterday was actually the first day that was actually a bit of a break for me from any sort of work for nearly 3-4 months, which is crazy. But today, I don't need to worry. I don't need to stress. I don't need to think about any deadlines. It's amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. So I'm going to just enjoy these 2 weeks and feel relaxed. You know, the only errand I've got is this now. YouTube for a tiny, tiny bit. Doesn't guarantee I will make separate videos because in brute honesty, they're not performing so well. The predictions are just about keeping it above thin water, to be honest. So I'm just going to stick with what's really strong for my channel and just do that. But ultimately, I'll only do something if I'm highly requested to do it. But it's nice to see all of you here. Thank you to the 8 of you watching. To start things off, we've got 5 minutes to kick off already. Time is just disappearing before our very eyes. I will preview the teams just in 1 minute, but before we do so, if you've not liked the stream, please do smash the like button. It really does help the channel when you do leave a like. Do feel free to leave your comments in the live chat to feel involved with the community, but also leaving your actual video comments as well. They really, really help as well. Subscribing to the channel also really helps as well. Oh, I'll tell you about something I've not tested. I've not tested the capture feature yet, so that could be disastrous. But we could get to 2,750 today, which is quite exciting. And then if you can also share the channel too, all 3 of these things are free to do, and they really, really help. Right, GSGN's just said something. Do you hear something here? Yeah, you don't hear anything. Yeah, it's Ipswich Town's chances of staying in the Prem next year. Yeah, I think a lot of us, well, I say us, that I am one of them, but a lot of the office have accepted that Ipswich are going down. There's no chance of staying up. Even if they get some amazing results, there's just no chance. Wolves are now going to have a good run. Leicester may do okay as well, but it's going to be the 3 newly promoted teams going down, which ultimately is going to upset a lot of people. Right, so let's actually get to our teams. We have got West Brom and Bristol City today. We'll preview the teams and then we'll look at their recent stats. That's what I thought would happen because I've not tested the capture. Oh no, I don't think it's working at all. Oh, for crying out loud. This is not what I wanted to see. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to close it. Not close the stream, but I'm going to have to close the website and leave, do all of that. Yes, for goodness sake, do all of that. And then what I'm going to have to do is reopen it. I'm going to try not to do this for long. This is already embarrassing enough as it is. Close that. And then reopen. Do I even know what it is? Window capture, I think. I think it's that. I barely remember how to stream these days. Right, I think I found it. Right. I don't know why that's there. This is certainly not what that is. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So, we've got it. We've got our system. And it's not done right. Oh, for crying out loud. This is what happens when you don't prepare in advance, Alex. You should know that by now. No, webcam doesn't want to appear. Great, what a great start this is turning out to be. There we go, we're here. Okay, so nothing happened. 2 minutes just flew by. Let's now look at these teams. Once it loads, please let me show it. So, West Brom have gone for Palmer. They've gone for a back 4, Furlong, Bartley, Holgate and Hegem. They've got a double midfield pivot with a Malumbai and Moat combination. Then a front 4 by the looks of things. So you've got Tom Fellows, John Swift, Marvin Johnston and Josh Maja. That actually on paper is a very strong front 4. Bristol City sticking with Max O'Leary in goal. Also a back 4. You've got Zach Viner, Rob Dickey, Luke McNanny and Cameron Pring. Then also a double midfield pivot. This time the combination of McGuane and Max Bird. Then also a front 4. It's with Scott Twine, Jason Knight, Anis Mehmeti and Mayulu as well. Interesting combination actually in terms of options from both. So West Brom, you've got McNair, Rabota, Diangana on the bench, Jed Wallace on the bench, Devante Cole, Dobbin on the bench. Lots of options for West Brom. They've got a really strong depth in general by the looks of things. Then with Bristol City, you've got Roberts, Harikwa, Earthy, Sambell, Elijah Morrison there. Hayden Roberts, Rob Atkinson, Robert Quarry. Very strong side. Very, very strong side from both actually. I'd say West Brom's got more depth and quality, but ultimately both sides have got a good squad travelling with them. Stats-wise, you can see here one defeat. In fact, it was their first defeat, West Brom in 11, after losing to Watford. So they'll be hoping to bounce back with this. A win for West Brom could... Okay, so what's their goal difference? They're currently on +8. Middlesbrough on +10. So easily a good resounding win can put West Brom in the top 6, which is a good thing for them. Bristol City could go up to... Well, they can only jump one place. We are seeing a bit of a gap forming, actually, in the top 4, which I'm hoping is not going to be permanent. But... ultimately, it's going to be a really, really interesting contest. And as I'm talking, they've just kicked off. The game is disappearing before my very eyes. So I need to set this timer. And then it's time to commentate and chat up. Well, not chat up. Catch up. That's the words I was trying to say. Catch up with all of you guys. Okay. Let's try and do this. I swear I've forgotten how to do all of these things. I'm going to try and time it right. Thank you, Charlie, who's saying up the Albion. I don't know why specifically Albion. Could be a Bristol City thing or could just literally be for West. That's not really a minor replacement there if it doesn't work. That's the thing. Strikers are quite light for Bristol City. That's one thing I did say. Yeah. That's a good point. No backup striker there. So they're looking a little bit light in that area at the moment. No Naki Wells, for instance, on the bench. Yeah, that could be a problem. West Brom have fallen off a bit after the last 15 matches. There's just been lots of draws with West Brom. It's remarkably consistent, but ultimately, if you're consistently not getting 3 points, draws could turn into winless runs as well. And West Brom have had a winless run and also having an unbeaten run. You could look at it in whatever way. It's very much a glass half full, half empty sort of mindset. And I think certainly with the position that they're in, if they get into the top 6 and winning after this one, then you can say that their form is a little bit of a glass half full situation. But if they still are struggling to keep up with the chasing pack, then that unbeaten run should go down with a glass half empty sort of mindset where they should have at least won a lot more of their games that they drew all in a row. I will also check the Premier League scores. I did already make a joke that Ipswich Town's chances of staying up are already fading before our very eyes because Wolves are dominating Leicester at the moment in terms of the score line. So I could see Wolves getting out of trouble and Ipswich will stay there and drag Leicester with them. But also we've got another game. We've got Manchester United playing. They are playing Bournemouth. And at this moment, last time I did check the score, Bournemouth were winning. Right, I need to figure out what I'm doing with this. Group. There we go. So if we go back to the capture, just so that we can have a very quick glimpse of what's going on there. West Brom are currently on the attack. I don't see them scoring from this, so that's why I'm not going to commentate on this. Yeah, it's well cleared. So Southampton currently playing. Everton and Chelsea also currently playing, so they would have kicked off they would have kicked off quite recently. So second half would have just taken place for Everton Chelsea, looking like Chelsea have had the stats in the first half. 3 big chances missed. Oh no, I'm not happy with that. Fulham Southampton currently in a draw. Leicester Wolves, of course, dominant scoreline as you can see here. Cross comes in. West Brom with a chance. Oh, it's well blocked. And then this is a scoreline, which is interesting. Houston scoring for Bournemouth, who are currently beating Manchester United. But also we're paying attention to this current game. West Brom looking the more threatening based on the opening 4 minutes at the moment. West Brom already have a corner, Mowat to take. Headed clearly away. How many points do you think I needed to survive in the Championship? You probably go for 48. That is over a point a game. I don't think it'll be as high as that, honestly. I could see it, realistically, going to 44 4 or 5, I think. I think bottom 3, based on what I see. I mean, this is certainly... I think Cardiff are going to go down, sadly. I think Cardiff will go down. Plymouth might go down on the goals they concede. And then probably one of Hull or Oxford will be the other one. I'm really torn between those two currently. Because, of course, Hull have recently getting this managerial bounce with Ruben Sellers coming in. But then Oxford could easily have that with Gary Rowett coming in. It's really just down to the volume of the task, which, to be fair for both, they've got a mountain of a task to complete. Oxford and Plymouth are guaranteed to be relegated. Yeah, I can see that. The only reason why I've kind of held back on Oxford was just down to the impact Gary Rowett could have on that side. He is very experienced, but then you do remember he was given Birmingham, who certainly were strong enough to stay up, and he couldn't do it in the end. So I probably would edge Oxford to go down over Hull currently. Hull and Portsmouth do look like that they've got a bit more going for them. Chance! Oh my goodness me! That was a chance out of nowhere for West Brom. It's a good save by Max O'Leary. I mean, this is... West Brom are starting very, very well. It was John Swift, actually, just outside the box, who just decided to put some power into it. It was a free kick situation. And then, yeah, it was just a simple layoff on the free kick. And it's a good 20 yards out. Quite bold to go for that distance. But they forced Max O'Leary into a save. And it's another corner for West Brom. And John Swift is actually going to take the corner as well. Corner floated in. But again, headed clearly. Bristol City looking a little bit confident in corner situations at the moment. They look like they know what they're doing. It looks like that they've worked on defending those set-piece situations. It's been really good. It's always really good to speak to you guys. It's amazing to hear from you all the time. I say all the time, I barely do hear from you now. But when I do stream, it's a really, really nice feeling to catch up with you guys. So, just reviewing the chance again, it didn't look like a particularly comfortable save from O'Leary because I don't think he was really expecting it. And quite an interesting reaction from Corberan as well. He's looking a little bit agitated. I think he is wanting the size to really, really go out with some intensity at the moment. So, I'm definitely seeing him barking orders at West Brom currently. He's definitely seen that they're playing a little bit well at the moment. So, they're going to be wanting to make the most of that advantage and not to concede any more points again. Because there's been way too many times where West Brom maybe should have won, but they have fallen short. Hence the amount of draws that they've been managing to accrue. And they definitely would want to try and bounce back from the defeat they had against Watford a couple of days ago. Bristol City now their best spell of the game. This could be an interesting situation here. It's shot and it's well blocked by Carl Bartley. Okay, so we're now seeing Bristol City having a little bit of a ball now. So, interesting spell of possession there. Good delivery there, but again, really well experienced defending. Yeah, just very, very confident defending as a whole. What surprised me is that Sheffield Wednesday last season, they're fine to say their lies, now they're ninth. Yeah, but even when they started the season, they weren't looking too amazing, but I think it is really down to the manager. The manager has steadied the ship. He has managed to get their act together and they've really improved. I think quite a few of us have predicted Sheffield Wednesday to be around the top half, but certainly they've not done it in convincing fashion. But then ultimately, with the championship being so competitive, I think most of these sides are going to have these very awkward starts to the season or awkward periods of form. And ultimately, Sheffield Wednesday are doing really, really well. Paul, welcome to the stream. Good to hear from you. You're predicting 2-1 to Bristol City. It's hard to gauge who's the better side at the moment. I certainly think West Brom have had the best opportunities. But this is Bristol City's strongest spell of the game at the moment, although they did just give the ball away there. And now it's a throw-in to West Brom. Sheffield Wednesday was first week after the first week. Yeah, but then ultimately, Sunderland came to town and taught them a lesson not to be too complacent. That's the thing. You could be so comfortable and perform well in the first game week, but it's all about that consistency. If I'm looking down, that's because I'm keeping my eye on Chelsea as well. So I'm trying to make sure, and I'm watching both. I want to make sure that I get all the player numbers as well. Okay, so throw into West Brom. And it's been given away. And back to their keeper. Okay, interesting stuff. Let's see what Bristol City can do with this. They've gone long here with this goal kick. Oh, very brave 50-50 there. It looks like they've managed to keep on to it. That's good play from Tom Fellows. I'm very, very confident with Alex Palmer. And he's booted away. And okay, it's been won back. It's a bit pinbally at the moment, I got to say. Bromley are punching above their weight. Yeah, they're doing quite well. They're doing quite well. How did Chelmsford do yesterday? It was a 0-0 draw with Weymouth. Chelmsford this year, we're not getting promoted. That's all I can say. We're closer to relegation than we are to promotion this year. So no promotion chanting this time around. I feel like if they do need to get promoted, they need to win the league, because Chelsea just, for the life of them, just cannot get promoted through playoffs. They just don't have the bottle for it. And I don't see that happening anytime soon unless they just get a huge influx of fortune being put into that squad. Training facilities, stadium, just like all the things just need upgrading. And ultimately, they are happy to be as complacent as they are in the middle part of that league. And at the moment, it's hard to know who else could come in and who could really improve things. Right, here goes Bristol City. Oh, the header's won by Cameron Pring there. And okay, it's been lost. Torquay have done really well, considering they were really actually showing some financial pressures last year. They got their act together. They managed to get out of the administration process, and now they're looking as strong as ever. So it's a really inspiring story about Torquay, actually. I'm quite pleased for them. I always felt quite unfortunate for them when they were relegated from the National League initially, when they were, because I think, if I'm right, if I do remember, they were 21st when they got relegated. So essentially Boreham Wood's position from last season. The ground is very quiet. Well, I can't have audio on anyway, because I don't have wireless headphones that connect to the TV, so I can't really judge that. Shot comes in for West Brom, and it's blocked again. I'm telling you what, West Brom are looking pretty dangerous on the right-hand side. I'm seeing some really good combination play. But Bristol City, though, have worked tremendously hard to win that back. It's going to be a very interesting game. I've been liking what Tom Fellows and Darnell Furlong are doing at the moment. They're doing really, really well. But they're on the ball again, West Brom here. Alex Moat, now to Furlong. Yeah, Burton and Shrewsbury not looking great. I know Shrewsbury recently appointed Gareth Ainsworth, but I don't see that being a formula that's going to get them out of it. Burton have been struggling for a while. It hasn't been a matter of time with Burton. I think a lot predicted last season to be the season too far, but actually it looks like it might be this season this time. As a Bristol City fan, I'll try and get another goalkeeper and a striker in the January transfer window. Certainly a striker, because Charlie made a good point that apart from Melulu, sorry, you don't really have too many options off the bench who can really take on that role. Certainly quite light in the striker department. Goalkeeper, I mean, I think O'Leary's doing a good job, but then again, if he's injured, you want someone capable to step in his shoes as well. So, I on the whole agree wholeheartedly with that. Excited in the Boxing Day games. Yeah, Boxing Day is going to be interesting. So, I mean, if you're talking like directly on Boxing Day, because we've got some games that are going to be stretched. Hang on, West Brom on the attack. Oh, it's offside. We do have a couple of games on Boxing Day, but a couple that will be stretched to like the day after as well. Chelsea have played. They've got Fulham. So, West London derby is always an interesting one. Guess out of the championship ones, I think Coventry Plymouth will be interesting. Frank Lampard against Wayne Rooney. That's going to be an interesting one. Top of the table clash, Sheffield United Burnley. That will be a really good one to watch as well. Any others that stand out to me? And then probably Preston Hull. You know, two sides in the mixture of relegation at the moment. Maybe not Preston so much, but Preston did lose. Chance for Bristol City. Oh, the chance has just gone escaping from them. Yeah, exactly. I think, Charlie, you've hit it on the nail there. I think Naki Wells just has that experience, and Mayulu is still quite raw as a striker, and certainly will not have the power that Naki Wells has. He may have like the determination, he may have the pace, but he may not have the experience and just the sheer power. So certainly will be one that will be a really good position to deal with. Looks like we have had our first yellow card of the game. So let's see this again. It was a counter-attack to West Brom. And it was a pretty strong tackle. I looked like it was by Mehmeti. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't. But it was an interesting attack from West Brom. Luke McNally, that was it. So yeah, he's now been booked. And this is another free kick in a pretty dangerous area for West Brom. Bristol City have been conceding those free kicks quite not too far beyond the penalty box. So they've got to be a little bit careful when they're conceding those free kicks and set-piece situations. Ball goes in. Header! Oh, that's a good chance for West Brom. Carl Bartley knows he should do better there. He's scored goals like this for so many years, and he would have felt that this one was just destined to go in. He had a free header. Very good connection on the header as well. It's just over the bar. Disappointing from Carl Bartley there. He would be expecting to score that. But that, would that be the best chance of the game? I guess that would be the best chance of the game so far. It was certainly a little opening for West Brom. Didn't force a save from O'Leary though. O'Leary has made the only save in the game so far. It has been a very, very quiet half for the West Brom defence as a whole, because all the chances that Bristol City have been getting have just been kind of escaping from them, and just like a lack of quality, like in the final pass. So yeah, Alex Palmer's had a very quiet game so far. In terms of who looks more likely to score, I would say on first view, West Brom do. But I don't think Bristol City are completely struggling. I think both sides are offering good moments on the ball. There's just something that is lacking with both of them when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net. Oh gosh, that's crazy to know that it's going to be 6 years next year. I mean, the fact I've still kept this going for 6 years, I don't know how I've done it. I really don't. When I make my videos, I always ask myself, each video that I make, due to how busy I'm getting, is always harder to make. So the fact I'm still doing them with still the level of enthusiasm and still with things being worked on, it's insane that I'm still doing it. Just a goal at Old Trafford to report on, if my sources are correct. There is a goal at Old Trafford. Can the computer actually load for me, please? That'd be very nice to know. It is 2-0 to Bournemouth, for what I've been told. Maybe it was disallowed. A penalty. Yeah, so Bournemouth has scored a penalty, which ultimately Man United fans are not going to be happy with. Obviously, I've not seen the penalty incident. But yeah, 2-0 Bournemouth. That puts Bournemouth in 5th place, above Villa. Only 3 behind Forest. And Man United, on 22 points in 17 matches, that has got to be their worst points return in 17 games so far. That is just over a point a game. So if I'm not paying attention to this game, apologies. So as you can see, Wolves are now above Ipswich, which is what I predicted. Looks like Jason Malumbi has just been booked for West Brom. Oh, yeah, that's a very late tackle for Malumbi. Definitely not a great one. Nowhere near the ball. Everton are holding Chelsea to a draw currently, annoyingly. So that means Chelsea are missing the opportunity to go top of the league. God, yeah, I'm quite nervous for this. Chelsea need to find something through in the next half hour or so. We've got a terrible record against Everton at Goodison Park, so I don't know. I was always expecting the worst when it came to that one. Wolves play United next. Oh, now that I'm really looking forward to watch. I don't know if that's a Boxing Day game though. That might be one of the games on the 27th, which would make sense with them playing quite late. No, it's not. It might be. It is a Boxing Day game. Okay, well, yeah, I take it back. That's a game I'm really looking forward to watching now, based on how they're performing. I know there's a Friday game on the 27th because Arsenal play Ipswich Town on that day. That's going. Well, I would hate to be a Man United fan. It is actually 3 for Bournemouth. 3 goals for Bournemouth. I've been. Let's just have a double check to make sure. But I've just been alerted on my phone that it's 3 for Bournemouth. Look at that. 3 goals. Antoine Semenyo now getting on the score sheet. What on earth has happened here? 2 goals in 2 minutes for Bournemouth. What has happened to United in this game? Who have they got? You've got Onana, Bazori with a 5.9 rating, Malacia, Ugarte, Diallo, Xerxes up front. Okay, I wouldn't have gone for that. But 3-0 Bournemouth, and Bournemouth just look so solid as a team. They are comfortably going to be winning this one, and they are only 3 points behind Forest. I mean, Forest and Bournemouth in the top 6. Who would have predicted that at the start of the season? You're in Wrexham? What is a Grove fan? Oh, are you? That's interesting. Oh, is that because are Blackpool playing Wrexham in Boxing Day? We've got a chance here. Here's Johnston for West Brom. John Swift. 3 goals from 8 shots. I mean, that's clinical if I've ever heard that from Bournemouth, but you can still be clinical. Mark Goldwich won't be happy. Oh, I can't wait to watch it back later. I've been getting a bit agitated by him saying with his comments on Chelsea being in the title race. So it's quite nice to sort of see a little humbling when it's warranted. That's all I can say. Right. Oh, this could be a chance. No, the chance goes escaping again. We're almost having these nearly moments with both of these sides. But certainly in the past couple of minutes, it's been West Brom who've been putting the better positions and certainly have got the ball in their area of the pitch. Bristol City have not really challenged West Brom yet. Both Manchester clubs showing relegation form. You know what? That's not a bad statement, Paul. They kind of are, actually. I don't think they will get relegated, but they are certainly showing relegation form. 3 goals from 4 shots. I mean, you only need 4 shots against Ipswich and you'd already score 4 goals. that would sound like the sort of clinical, action you need. Now, a little bit of roughhousing there. Sorry, I was just reading that there. Cameron Pring winning the tackle. Jason Malumbai just making it difficult, and Scott Twine kind of swinging his legs across. He's got to be quite careful here. But yeah, both Manchester clubs struggling quite a fair bit. It's quite refreshing seeing Manchester City not, in the high parts of the table. It's actually making this league feel a little bit more like the Premier League, to be honest. Right, here comes West Brom. They've just defended the free kick they conceded. They're on the counter-attack, but it's not the best of balls. And McGuane has comfortably dealt with that. Great defending, actually, from the defender there. But Lumbai is such a dirty player. I remember him when was he at Preston for a bit? It was definitely a Brighton player. I definitely remember him playing in Brighton. Maybe played at Preston for a tiny bit, and now, of course, West Brom player. Probably. Yeah, that will be a guarantee. I will be watching that game later, Spurs-Liverpool. So I cannot wait for that. I'm a little bit nervous now knowing that Chelsea aren't beating Everton. So I would have really loved watching Liverpool knowing that Chelsea are going to win. And at this moment, it does sound like it could go either way in that game. And I don't like it when it's on a knife edge like that. We are 24 to 25 minutes gone. Yeah, he was in 2021. Yeah, I thought so. That was sort of like the peak of when I was really taking my channel seriously. Looks like Furlong could get booked for this. I mean, the players are making a gesture that he used his elbow. Oh, okay, he's getting a little bit heated. Getting a little bit heated here. Who's down? That might be Pring who's down. Trying to plead his innocence here. Let's see what happened here. Oh, yeah, that was quite rough. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was just very unfortunate position. I feel like it was more of his bicep than elbow, but it was very clumsily done by Donnell Furlong there. Don't know if he got booked. I didn't see the referee give him a card though. I think the Bristol City players were wanting a yellow card for that challenge there. But a free kick has been awarded to Bristol City from that challenge. So, thank you for 20 viewers, by the way. That is not numbers I typically get on my streams. Thank you so much for tuning in today to watch this. Let's actually see how this free kick goes. Scott Twine taking it, and it's easily defended by Bartley. Although it's not fully cleared. Bristol City, still got it. But West Brom have cleared their way, and they're on the counter-attack. This could be a good chance here. West Brom are leading the way now. Fellows, he's got an option here. Shot. Oh, he only had one more pass to go and it would have been a goal. Oh, it's such a wasted opportunity. And then the free kick to Bristol City. Oh, that's such a big opportunity gone for West Brom. That counter-attack was nearly perfect. Nearly perfect. And I say nearly with the emphasis of like the decisions and the timings and the weights of the pass. Oh, that is so close. So close. We need to add something there. I would have argued that Malumbai could have actually shot for that. I think that would have really given O'Leary a bit of a test. Oh, honestly, Ipswich Chelsea. I wish I got tickets for that because I would have taken my brother to that game. I would have absolutely taken my brother to that game. I don't think I can get tickets now. And it's been so difficult to get Ipswich tickets this year. It is near impossible. Pretty much near impossible to get any. So I can only cheer from afar to help them. But ultimately, they're not really, giving me too much of a reason to go anyway. Bristol City won a penalty. That's not going to be a pen. That's too soft. Now here come West Brom. Right. Here's Tom Fellows. I've been really impressed with him so far. And he's just won a free kick. And a yellow card has been awarded to Cameron Pring. He's looking a little bit agitated at the moment. But some really positive play from a couple of individual players. And I've been really, really impressed with Fellows. Excuse me, voice nearly went there. Barcelona have fallen off 5 points in the last 7 games. Atletico Madrid on top. See, that shocks me because Barcelona started so well. And Champions League-wise, they were bossing it. But things have happened. And clearly what we're seeing there is a team that has the potential. But then they've not got the longevity. The Barcelona of old could not bear doing, having these lapses in form. So that's another yellow card. We've had a couple of yellow cards being dished down this game so far. We've had 3 already. So I can see this game actually getting a little bit agitated. And I wouldn't be too shocked if we do see maybe a red. We could see a red card. Who knows? But we're only 28 minutes in. I think it will be a good time to get the catcher back. Well, let's put it back to the championship because I want to see some stats. Let's observe of what has gone on. So you can see here, on the whole, it's been West Brom with the attack momentum, but Bristol City just having their bursts of good football there. I mean, 0.07 XG, that is essentially me saying that Bristol City have just had opportunities to escape them, and that's exactly been that. But 0.3 from West Brom is not particularly amazing either, considering they have had 6 shots. This does look like to me this could be a pretty scrappy game. A scrappy game. And that makes me nervous that it could be a draw. Looks like Chelsea are still drawing with Everton, which is not what I want to see. We've got 2 games with goals, and then Southampton holding out for a draw at the moment. And then, yeah, you can see here, Everton and Chelsea still 0-0. Yeah, a little bit nervous about that. I'm going to hope for a Chelsea goal soon. Should look at the table for Bundesliga. Promotion race is sheer madness. I did hear some crazy things about it. I did know Bayern actually lost, I think, their first game of the season quite recently. But as a result, they actually have been able to claw their way out of it. I'm just going to see if I can improve the lighting. I've not been too happy with my lighting as a whole today. This is what happens when you do the streams in winter, where the light actually disappears. You see, now I don't like that. Now I think that's too much. Hang on. Is there any way to get this to work? That might work. Oh, the second tier. Oh, right. Okay. I didn't read that correctly. I will have a look at it when I can. But if it's anything like the English Championship, then I can imagine they can do absolutely amazing things as well. Right. Here's a chance for West Brom. An attack and down the left-hand side. Shot comes in. It's blocked again. We're seeing these moments, some really good bursts of pace, but we're just not seeing the final correct pass that will lead to a goal-scoring opportunity. It's quite frustrating, this. It has got the feel of a 0-0, which is crazy for me to say 30 minutes in, but I've got to say, apart from Kyle Bartley's free header and the shot from 20 yards, we've not really had anything that would suggest that we're going to get goals. Yeah, Chelmsford aren't doing great, Vijay. I was already asked that. They drew recently against Weymouth, 0-0 actually, which is very rare for Chelmsford to keep a clean sheet, may I say. So that would be a slight positive into it, but as a whole, it's still only 1 point, and yeah, they're struggling. Well, struggling may be a bit extreme, but they're not doing very well. They're not going to be in the top 7, in my opinion. I don't think so this year. They're closer to relegation than they are in terms of getting promoted. Is that hail? I mean, that weather looks absolutely disgusting. So much so, you've actually got swaves of fans going inside, which is crazy, really. West Brom used to be so good to watch. Diangana, Pereira, Barnes, Gale. Yeah, Harrops and Kanu. They've had a really stacked squad, and out of all of that, we only have Diangana left over in the squad, and he's actually on the bench. That tells you how much form has changed and how things happen. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. I'll tell you why, because I've had very little sleep last night. But I'm trying. I think I would feel a bit more entertained if I was able to hear the game, but I've been trying so hard to fix my wireless headphones to hook up to the TV, and I've just not been able to find a way, sadly. One thing I'll say, it's quite disappointing that Blue Terrier's not here, because the one time that Blue Terrier's not here, I've got Gatsby. Gatsby is actually with me right now, which is quite rarely. Oh, chance, goal! Oh my gosh, it's a goal. Gatsby, thank you for bringing this game back to life. Finally, we've got a moment to cheer about. It's Mohamed Johnston with the goal for West Brom. It is a very simple goal, a simple cross and a header. The closest opportunity did come from a header from Carl Bartley. That was from a set-piece situation. This looked like that it was built from midfield. Brilliant. Finally, we've got a breakthrough, and this is what, within minutes before I said that this has a feel for a 0-0 draw. What do I know? I'm going to say that it's Gatsby's doing for summoning that goal. So what happens there? Fellows, who I think has been the best player on the pitch so far, He's the one that puts the cross in. So Fellows with the cross. He does unbelievably well against Scott Twine here. Gets to the right hand side of him. Brilliant teasing cross. It's very poor defending from Bristol City. Johnston's got the freedom of the whole penalty box to get to that ball. But it is such a delightful cross. Fellows, who's been playing so well, has earned this. And Johnston just combining. It is the wingers combining for that goal. And just like that, we have got an opening at the Hawthorns. West Brom 1, Bristol City 0. He is indeed a Jeff of his stream. I mean, he probably sleeps about the same as Jeff would right now, which is all day and every day. I'll see if I can introduce him at half time, but he's quite sleepy at the moment. And actually, with that shout, he did not react at all. It's Michael Johnston, by the way. I think I said Marvin Johnston by accident. Michael Johnston is the one who has scored for West Brom. Free kick awarded to Bristol City, which West Brom aren't too happy with. So we've got 10 minutes before half time. When it's half time, we can potentially do a good catch up here. I've got to say, Josh Marger I've not seen a lot of. And this is actually one of the rare times I actually saw him. I thought, oh, we actually do have Josh Marger playing today. Right, so that win for, this scoreline for West Brom actually puts them in 7th place in the table. Bristol City won a handball. That would have been very harsh if I was given as a handball. But Bristol City still on the ball. Header. Oh, good opportunity for Bristol City. What am I saying? Bristol City, a good opportunity. It was a header, but Alex Palmer has palmed it over the goal. So what happens here? Ooh, it's a delightful ball again. Alice Mehmeti with the cross. And it's a strong header. You think Bristol City will feel undone that penalty wasn't given? If you're referring to the one where I referenced where it could have been a penalty, that was no chance of pen. So Palmer's been obstructed, so foul on the goalkeeper. Goal kick to West Brom. I don't think at any point Bristol City had a penalty appeal, to be fair. I think I did say West Brom Bristol City wanted a penalty, but it was a pathetic challenge. It was certainly one where the player didn't need to go down. No, I didn't think so. It would have been very, very, very soft if it was given. I'd have been quite disappointed if it was given, actually. Come on, Chelsea. I need you to score. We've only got 10 minutes left. Oh, dear me. God, yeah, Chelsea has shown a frustration, which is not great. We're probably going to drop points in this one. Everton's always a tough one. Well, good thing is that's the last time we have to play at Goodison Park. That's the only good thing I'll see from that. Yeah, that looks like that's Everton's tactic. Just go 0-0 for all the other games. I mean, it's a point a game, and it will keep them in the league because ultimately Ipswich won't win enough. Southampton certainly won't win enough, and Leicester look like that they can concede a lorry load of goals now. So, why wouldn't they? If it's a game plan they can do, I probably would do it as well. No more goals, says Yoy. Is that? Did you predict a 1-0 win to West Brom? I certainly did think that this game would be low scoring, and it has certainly felt like that. It's not been a game that would explode into life. The only thing that would explode is the tempers. We've had a couple of argy-bargies going around, a couple of yellow cards being awarded. But we do have one goal to show for it. They're talking about... Now, the thing is with that, they've just replayed what happened there when the goalkeeper was fouled. It was actually the West Brom player that actually barged the goalkeeper, and he looked like he wrestled a player down. And I think that was not the best officiating there. I probably would have had a couple of words. I didn't notice that. I mean, that probably would prove why I wasn't a referee. If I had a sharp eye, I would have spotted that it would have been a West Brom player fouling the goalkeeper and not Bristol City. You think you're on 9 points? I'm definitely on at least 12 currently. An equaliser for Bristol City would be amazing, because that would be 4 correct scores actually this weekend, which is quite strong for me. Certainly when West Brom has scored, they've not looked like that they were going to get their second ever since. It has been Bristol City who has definitely looked the more urgent of the two sides to get the next goal in the game, but it would make sense because they're now chasing the game. But hilarious that Spurs can have a goal difference of plus 17 and still end up 11th. Yeah, well, that's Spurs for you. They just find some things that are deemed impossible possible. That's all I can say. Okay, this is West Brom's best moment since they've scored. They could get a chance from this. Moet on the ball. Yeah, that's not a good cross. Cleared away. Got Hull 1 leads plus a few correct results. I was so going to predict 4-0 leads, but when I saw Ben predict 4-0, I thought I just can't copy him. I'd have felt quite guilty if I did. So I decided to be nice, and then when it ended 4-0, I was like, I was not pleased. I was not pleased. I was hoping it was going to be 5 if whenever it got to 4, but ultimately I didn't have the balls, because I did initially thought 4-0, and then of course I then watched Ben's video and saw he predicted 4, and I thought, well, now I can't really say it now. There's a couple of scores I do, stick to my guns and say, right, well, Ben's sort of agreeing in the same wavelength as me. But when it's something as like a unique scoreline like that, where you're predicting a 4-0, where a scoreline you don't see every day, I feel like I just can't. I feel like I just can't copy something like that. A 2-1 you can understand, but a 4-0, just no. You're predicting Hull's win till it happened. I did predict a draw. It's not impressive, isn't it? Because I didn't predict Hull to win, but I did predict a draw in that. In fact, no, I didn't. Ignore me. No, I completely forgot my own score. I predicted 2-1 Swansea. Yeah, wrong answer. 5 minutes to half time. 1-0 West Brom. At this moment, it does look like that there's going to be very little goalmouth action for the rest of the game. So honestly, if you have any sort of icebreaker questions to fill the rest of that game, I would not blame you, because right now I would fall asleep just like Gatsby right there. And that's something I will do at half time. I won't introduce. Of course, you know who Gatsby is. But for new viewers, you might not know who he is. But he's my cat, and he is a major part of his channel. I never felt Bristol City had any chances of playoffs to begin with. Bristol City, to me, have been a very mid-table team, just showing that they can perform well the odd game, but they can also back that up with a similarly poor game after that. I think a good example is Burnley, and then you also get Portsmouth as well, where it was 1-0 win against Burnley, but a 3-0 defeat against Portsmouth. You just don't get that consistency with Bristol City, unfortunately. Could West Brom get a goal before half-time? They're on the attack here. Oh, and they do. What a goal. I honestly, it looked like that the XG on that chance was going to be so low. But Michael Johnston is having an incredible game for West Brom today. He has now scored his second goal. It is just before half-time. And West Brom are in a very powerful position now. It is a very good strike from Michael Johnston. So the opportunity really came from a break in the midfield. And the attack has really been coming from the left-hand side, which actually, great contribution for the whole front four, because they have really stretched this Bristol City side. It was actually Josh Marja, and then look at that pass from Alex Moet there, and then Michael Johnston, just not enough people closing him down. He's got so much space, actually. It's not great defending at all, but that strike is brilliant. Perfect height, right on the edge of the net. It is so difficult to save those shots, and Michael Johnston scores his second of the match, and it's 2-0 West Brom with only 2 minutes to half time. How crucial could that goal be? Yeah, absolutely. It's consistency. You need consistency to be in the top 6, and unfortunately, Bristol City not got that. I don't even know if it's, you know, something that could be worked with another manager, but honestly, it's always been an issue with Bristol City. They've always not really been the team that would, you know, do it. Gosh, well, after looking at the commentary for Everton Chelsea, it does look like that both are quite nervy at this moment. It's going to end in a draw. It's going to end in a draw. I'm just going to have to take that with a pinch of salt and accept that Liverpool could capitalise and use that to their advantage. I might actually have to support Spurs today. As crazy as that sounds. Right, so we've just hit 45 minutes in West Brom. They've not given me an indication of how much added time they're going to have. We have had a couple of breaks in play with fouls and goals, so I would have expected maybe 2-3 minutes. 2 minutes. So right now the ball is with Alex Palmer's possession. I don't imagine anything's really going to appear for Bristol City unless West Brom kick themselves in their own foot and they make a mistake. If Liverpool draw is not bad, but ultimately the opportunity is, this is the last game week before Christmas, and Chelsea need to win to be top on Christmas Day. And as it stands, it's not happening. I mean, with the scores currently as they are, without Liverpool playing, Chelsea are only 1 point behind. Good play, actually. Yeah, they don't run away with it. Yeah, that's the last thing I want. I want it to be a close contest. If it's going to have to be one that, you know, ultimately I don't see Chelsea at any point leading the way and dictating the pace of the title race. They're really going to have to be a chaser to try and get something out of it. A little bit of roughhousing in the corner there, but it looks like Bristol City managed to get out of it. Although West Brom are not giving up that easily. It's been cleared away. 2 minutes have passed. Referee could blow for half-time now if he wanted. And yeah, West Brom are looking very comfortable. I should expect that he will blow the whistle. And he has done. Half-time at the Hawthorns. Honestly, with the first couple of minutes, it did look like it was going to be very, very low scoring. But Michael Johnston, what a player he has proven to be. I was already really impressed with him, of the impact he had when he joined last year at West Brom. But this year, now with a full season in playing as a West Brom player, this is the sort of form I've been wanting to see from him a little bit more consistently. 2 goals, very different goals. You had 1 goal from a header from a Tom Fellows cross, who I've also got to give a shout out to as well. I think Tom Fellows has been really, really good as well. And the second goal was actually a really good play in the midfield. I think it was Madja who won it, Moet, and then ultimately just a good solo run and a really good strike for a really good quality goal. 2 goals in 9 minutes is the difference in this game, and currently at half-time it is West Brom 2, Bristol City 0, who have it all to do in the second half. Okay, so that is my half-time for a commentary for this game. You've now got about 15 minutes to catch up on things, so I am wearing a Christmas jumper currently, so trying to keep festive, I guess. If you guys do like to see this commentary again in the second half and you do enjoy these streams, the really best thing that you can do to support the channel is to hit the like button. It really does help the growth of this channel when you do like and subscribe. Now that I've got capture working, I can actually see how we're doing with the subs. Hang on a minute. How are we doing? Where is it? There it is. So there is a possibility we could get to 2,750 today. We are 5 subs away from that goal. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please do so. It really, really does help. Even if you don't want to see my videos immediately, you can mute notifications and watch it at your own goodwill as well. It will be absolutely amazing to show the support for the channel. And 2,750 would be a really good Christmas present, I would dare say as well. But as always, and thank you already to whoever's just done it. I really, really do appreciate it. We're now only 4 away from our goal for today, which will be 2,750. 3K could be something that's destined to be achieved in 2025, which is exciting. Thank you guys so much as always for the support, liking, subscribing, sharing, all those things really, really do help. If I somehow got my prediction bang on due to West Brom chucking their 2-0 lead, right. Did you predict 3-2 then? Right, full time at Goodison, it is 0-0, which I did expect to happen. So it is 2 points dropped from Chelsea by the looks of things. What were the stats? Lots of possession. Yeah. It's one of those ones that Chelsea did look quite wasteful. Everton apparently had 4 shots on target and only had 5 shots in the entire game. So it was very much hit and break sort of style of play for Everton there, which would have really made Chelsea quite nervous to give the ball away when they did. So yeah, 0-0. So Chelsea are going to have to settle for second place going into Christmas, sadly for them. It's not the best of results because Arsenal, of course, did win as well against Palace. So Arsenal have now started to catch up a little bit on Chelsea. Oh, excuse me. Right, seeing that Gatsby is here, let's actually show him off. So this is going to be quite awkward to do with the camera, but let's see how neatly we can do this. Oh, God. There he is, just about. Can you see him? Just a big hedge on the bed. I've not done this well at all, haven't I? There we go. There's this big, fluffy lummox. Oh, we managed to get a quick cameo out of him. Yeah, he's very, 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 very sleepy. He's 10 years old now, actually, which is crazy to me that he's that old. But he is certainly getting on a little bit. But he's actually, he's still just as friendly as he is, and he's just as chatty as he is as well. I'm going to see if he actually might feature at all, or whether he's going to choose to go to sleep. Are you going to feature at any time at all today? Say yes or no. I'm getting the feeling that you are wanting to sleep and you want me to stop stroking. Alright, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There you go. There you go, you're a good boy. He's certainly more awake now, but he didn't really appreciate me coming to see him. You predicted 2-2. Oh, okay. Bournemouth beating Man United 3-0, and Leicester do lose to Wolves by 3-0. I think all of the 2 o'clock kickoffs in the Prem have now actually blown for full time. So let's actually quickly see what this does to the Premier League with those results. So this is how it looks. Okay, so Fulham and Southampton still playing. This could be Southampton's 6th point of the season, actually. Still 0-0. It looks like Southampton might get an away point, which actually, is that going to be their first away point of the season? No, it'll be their second. I can't remember what. Oh, so their other away point was Brighton, that's right. So Chelsea have had the best away form. That is crazy. And you can see a stark contrast. Their home form has certainly not been as strong as their away form. So yeah, as you can see, Arsenal very close behind Chelsea now. Nearly identical records as well. But Liverpool have got a chance to go 4 points clear with a game in hand. So that could be up to 7 points as well. Massive win for Wolves. It is a massive win for Wolves. They've now overtaken Ipswich. They've managed to get 3 wins. Ipswich still only on 2. Southampton still on 1. I mean, I think it's going to be the newly promoted 3 going down. Even though that Palace lost against Arsenal 5-1, I do see enough from Palace, which I think will make them stay up. And Everton just will grind out some results and will stay up. And then you've got a 4-point gap from West Ham, and I just don't see that gap being breached anytime soon. So I do think it's going to be the newly promoted 3 going down again, which ultimately will question the gap between the Prem and the Championship, sadly. I don't know why there's so much stoppage time at Fulham and Southampton, but there is. From never winning at Old Trafford to winning at Old Trafford on 3-0 two occasions in a row. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's right. They do win 3-0 quite recently. That's a good point. That is a good point. So, I figured you guys would earn this. I'm going to show you my Christmas jumper. Do you like it? This is what I've got in store. You've got fluffy eyebrows here. You've got a little bauble to play with as well. And then you've got an even fluffier beard to deal with as well. So, it's definitely a very, very warm, friendly jumper. But certainly, if you've got lots of layers on, I wouldn't recommend wearing it. That's all I'll say. Right, it's just ended 0-0 at Craven Cottage. Chelsea have actually got to play for them next, actually. So this will be an interesting result. And one that Fulham would want to recover from in their next game. So I'm hoping Chelsea could get a better result against Fulham this time around. So we've now got a little bit of time before kick-off. Any of you got any questions? Let me know what plans you've got for Christmas in the comments down below. And even if you're not celebrating Christmas, what are you going to be doing in your holidays as well? I must also remember to acknowledge that not everyone celebrates Christmas. So ultimately, I've got family coming round Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Don't know about the other days of the year though. I've got to meet friends actually tomorrow. We're going to have our little Christmas get together and have some fun there. Probably might wear this just as a sneaky appearance for that. And then ultimately for the rest of the time, it's either going to be just preparing work again, or it's going to be just trying to relax as much as possible, which ultimately when you do work as hard as you do, it's very difficult to relax at times. 2 0-0s and 2 3-0s. Yeah, certainly not a lot of variety in the scores. Ultimately, this one could end in a 3-0 for all we know. I'm feeling quite relaxed about this because I know my 3 points is already gone from this game. The best thing I could hope for is, a draw. But ultimately, even if West Brom do win, it's really not the end of the world. Why are they showing QuickBooks on the ads? I don't want to see QuickBooks. I've been working with enough QuickBooks in my work. Yeah, but honestly, even if it doesn't mean a point or 3 points to me, it's not the end of the world. I've had a pretty good amount of points already in terms of the prediction league. So let's actually see how the championship looks, because actually this second goal for West Brom is quite an important goal. Reason being is, as you can see, they've not updated this yet. They should update this by now. Look at that. So, same goal difference as Middlesbrough, sorry. Only reason why they're not in 6th is because Middlesbrough scored more goals. So, one more goal for West Brom could actually see West Brom leapfrog them and get into 6th. And then that'll be 2 points behind Blackburn with having played 1 game more. Interesting. So the game in hand that Blackburn have, I believe, is against Millwall. Or is it Portsmouth? No, it's not Portsmouth, is it? Is it Portsmouth? Maybe it was Portsmouth that they missed. Yeah, because Portsmouth have got 2 games left to play. Cardiff, okay, so Oxford and Plymouth. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's their game in hand that they've not played. Cardiff missed Watford. I think that's why Watford have got 21 as well. And then, yeah, it must be Blackburn's game they must have missed, must have been Portsmouth then. And Millwall also missed Portsmouth as well. So that'll explain why these couple of sides have not got 22 games yet been played. So news about the Millwall vacancy managerial position. They are looking like they're going for Alex Neil. That's a strong link so far with the Millwall position. I think that's a good appointment for Millwall if they could pull that off. I do think with his style of football, I think it will be a good fit for Millwall. certainly experienced. He did okay in the beginning for Stoke, but then ultimately, like most Stoke managers, they then tail off into an oblivion. He did really well with Preston. Ultimately, I think actually got the most out of that squad that you really could get with Preston. So I do think if Millwall do appoint Alex Neil, I think that'll be an interesting appointment. 12-13 season was the last time English football team that every one league in Division 1 averaged 1 point or more. Was it really? That every single team in one single division averaged 1 point or more? I mean, that's consistency across the board, isn't it? 12-13 season, I mean, that's a very specific season to point out. It's one that I can barely remember. I know it's the season where Manchester United, I'd like to say, won. Yeah, it was. It was Sir Alex Ferguson's last season as Manchester United manager, 12-13. Yeah, because 13-14 I think was David Moyes with Pellegrini winning, and then, yeah, Jose Mourinho and Van Gaal. Yeah, that's right. It was that season. So it's been that long since each side in the EFL has actually averaged 1 point a game. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Based on the tweets I'm seeing, I definitely need to see Goldbridge's reaction today. Excuse me. Oh, okay. So Aldershot with 48, Barnet with 51. That is scarily competitive. To get 51 points to get relegated, that is tough going. Fair play to Barnet, though, for having still a couple of seasons in the EFL after that relegation. I would like to say, I think that's actually the last time Aldershot Town were in League 2. And they've been down in the National League since, which is, really punishing. Well, it gives you hope, doesn't it? When you are in the National League for so many years, you just need to try and reminisce about the times where you were in League 2 and to think that you could go back there and have that hope and belief. Currently, York, I think, are sitting at the top of the National League at the moment, and you have a couple of other sides that are, your typical ones that you'll be seeing up there. Barnet, Solihull Moors are quite up high at the moment. Eastleigh are doing alright, Gateshead are doing okay. You've got a couple of sides that you would expect to do well but are doing okay as well. So it's a very competitive league. And then obviously Forest Green, getting recently relegated as well. They're doing okay. Sutton, little improvement, but I do think they are a little bit behind the chasing pack, as it were. Oldham have been doing okay. So there's a couple of some really strong sides who definitely will be eyeing up to either get to their first ever EFL season, like what Bromley have achieved, but for some, they'd be wanting to try and go back to where they deem that they belong, like an Oldham or like a Forest Green. Excuse me, how rude. Right, looks like Bristol City have made a sub. McCrory has come on the pitch. Looking like a bit of a defensive option there, so it does look like Manning has made a substitution with defence in mind here. Don't know who's taken off though. They've given me like the indication that McCrory's come on, but I don't know who's come off the pitch. Oh, excuse me, I'm so tired. I'm so sorry, guys. Right, so it's going to be Bristol City kicking off this second half. What are your score predictions going into in this second half? I think it's going to stay 2-0. I don't see goals happening after that. I think it will settle as that. If we are going to see another goal, I do think, and it's maybe quite bold for me to say, I don't think we'll see Bristol City score today. I think it's going to be either 2-0 or 3-0 full time. I've not seen enough from Bristol City to suggest that they will, but they could prove me wrong in this half. So Scott's White with kickoff, and Bristol City have now officially started the second half of football. Can they reverse the damage that West Brom did to them in the first half? Right off the bat, they've already given the ball away. It's not encouraging. So, regarding the rest of this channel then, we have got a video coming up on my week 23 score predictions, which will be, was it 22? I think it's 22 actually. Ignore me. I think it's week 22 next. Or is it? No, we actually might be halfway through the season next game week. I need to see the table. I think we're actually halfway through the championship next game week. Oh my god, we're halfway through the season next game week. That is sensational. How on earth are we already halfway through? Shouldn't be possible. Only get a corner, probably. Gaming, I think you could get a corner. So, what we've seen here at the moment, I mean, we've not seen a lot from this half currently. Oh, okay, we've had an injury. Referee's making an indication could be a head collision. So, urgency of the treatment is heightened here. We have, I think, both for West Brom and the Bristol City player down. Looks like Malumbai is down for West Brom. But I didn't see who was down for Bristol City. Oh no, it was looks like we've also got Alex Moa who's down as well. Was it a collision between two West Brom players? Let's see. I didn't really see the opportunity. Oh, so that was a separate incident. Oh, right, okay. So Moat going down against Dickey was a separate incident, and then yeah, Malumbai going down was also separate as well. Looks like Moat's hurt his shoulder, which is not ideal for him. Malumbai's just been helped off the floor. It's been a very slow half at the moment. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, honestly, it really could be me being tired. I think I'd be more engaged if I was actually hearing the football. I need to find a way to actually get the audio to work. Okay. So, what I will say, we do have a kick-off at the Spurs Tottenham Hotspur Stadium coming up with Tottenham against Liverpool. I will break down the starting 11s for both of those teams as well. In fact, I might as well do that now, otherwise I will forget. I think I'm going to have to take off this jumper. I'm really feeling quite hot with it on, to be honest. Quite hot and bothered. Let's just wait for this opportunity to finish. Bristol City on the penalty box. And no, it's well defended. West Brom have defensively been really strong today. I've got to say that, actually. They've done really, really well. Let's see what Spurs have in store. They've got Fraser Forster. Oh, blimey, okay. Pedro Porra, Dragoin. Dragoin. Andre... is it Archie Gray? Archie Gray's playing. Wow. Jed Spence. Basuma. Matejsa. Kulusevski. Madison. Hummingson and Solanke. Liverpool have got Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez, Alexander-Arnold, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, and that's it. Wow. I'd say Spurs must have a lot of injuries then if they're putting that squad out. Based on the squads, I think Liverpool will win this one. Some are predicting very different scorelines because I do think Spurs do play better against the teams that are relatively good. But I think this game, it's going to be a game too far. I'm going to predict something like a 3-1 Liverpool or 3-2, I think. I wouldn't be too surprised. This game really hasn't kicked into life in the second half so far, although this could be a chance for Bristol City. Oh, a natural save that Alex Palmer's had to make. Steady on. Oh, hello. Oof. Bristol City, okay, looking like that they're trying to force something. It's still not quite cleared from West Brom yet, and it looks like they've got it now. But finally, we've seen a moment where it made me feel, oh, okay, that's a good chance. And it's Mayulu, who I've commented has not done too much in this game. He's finally got a major chance. Scott Twine doing really well to win the ball back, and there's Mayulu now with the shot. It's a little bit too central for me. Power's pretty good, but too central. But it was initially Scott Twine who won the ball back from midfield, so you credit Scott Twine for doing that, but Mayulu just not powerful enough. Those sorts of shots aren't going to trouble a goalkeeper like Alex Palmer. But here come Bristol City again, who've definitely had a little bit more of the ball in the second half, which would make sense with the fact that they've got, a 2-goal margin to chase. Slowly, West Brom will be having the attitude of trying to see this game out and trying to make it as comfy as possible. Balloon by with a bit of a solo run, but it has been stifled. Now Bristol City on the attack. You've got a couple of really good runs there. Is Pring on side? I think he is. But it's good defending again. Couple of a little bit more defensive now from the wingers for West Brom. They're doing a lot of attacking. But this time around, they're doing a lot more defending. And it's good that they are able to adjust to their game based on how the opposition are coping with the ball. And it's probably been advised, Corberán's probably advised them not to go too crazy. They've got the 2 goals. But similarly, I would hope that he would not want West Brom to be too complacent and not to give the ball away when they're playing out from the back, which they nearly did there. So this could be a chance for West Brom. They could break from this. Here's Alex Moa, who's recovered from his shoulder. That's a good ball. Shot. Oh, really close. I thought that might have been a goal there. Oh, I think it was Johnston again. That could have been a hat-trick. Just went on the wrong foot and he didn't quite get the right angle, unfortunately, for him. That's the closest chance in this half so far. But Bristol City still holding on to the ball a bit. They're liking playing their football on the left-hand side, Bristol City, I've noticed. Now going a little bit more central, Mayulu, who did try to chip the ball, but he has given the ball away by doing so. Okay, that's a good ball. Can Mayulu win that? Not quite. There was a good battle there. A little bit of improvement from Bristol City, but ultimately I don't think they would have needed to do much to improve, in all brutal honesty there. Yeah, it was Johnston, Michael Johnston, that did have that chance. He'd be a bit disappointed that he did not take it. So apparently it was Max Bird who'd gone off the pitch for Ross McCrory. I didn't actually notice it was Max Bird going off the pitch. But that is a substitution, so it's a midfield to midfielder replacement apparently. Here's Josh Manshaw. Looks like he's won a free kick for West Brom. Zach Viner with the foul there. He's been there for quite some time, Zach Viner. He's been there a good long while. In fact, I remember doing the Bristol City career mode as Zach Viner was in the squad. Well, it looks like Jason Malumba's going off the pitch. And replacing him looks to be is Uros Racic. Racic, I think is how you say his name. So Malumba is off. Racic is on. Again, looking like it's a midfielder to midfielder replacement. And I do ultimately think it's one of the most important positions of the pitch, the midfield, where you do need to have fresh legs. We've seen it with Man City, that when you take a big part of your midfield and you don't replace it with anything similar to what they had, you ultimately have to play a lot differently, and then over time, when you rely on those midfielders starting week in, week out, you do rely on them to play their role and to make things tick from defence to attack. So a little bit of attention on McCrory there. I think he actually just did something quite well there. Still 2-0. With about 10 minutes being played in this half so far. Apart from that save from Palmer, it hasn't really been too engaging. Madja giving the ball away quite cheaply there, actually, to Jason Knight. But then Bristol City cheaply conceding the free kick. I think both sides have actually been a little bit wasteful in their ways of play. So Jason Knight does win the ball back, but then, in fact, Josh Marcher, to be fair, redeems himself, gets his body in the way to cause the foul to be conceded. So it's good strikers play from Josh Marcher there. Okay, Bartley to Mason Holgate now, who feels like he's been there for ages now, but he has been there for a while. Now West Brom on the attack. I think that's Hegem on the ball. Holgate. Now to Mowat. And then interesting there, Furlong. Fellows, it's blocked. And Bristol City look like that they're going to clear. And it's a throw into Bristol City. Right, yeah, so Ratchet is on for Malumba. I must remember that. It's not difficult to spot. He's actually one of the very few players with fairish hair. But Bristol City are the ones who are holding the ball at the moment. They've got the throw in. Although it's been given away very cheaply. Holgate managing to clear it. And West Brom doing exactly what they need to do, which is keeping the ball far away from their penalty box. And are just making Bristol City ever more frustrated and just a little bit more tired. And they're limiting them to exploit the ball around their area of the pitch. Oh, throw-in awarded to West Brom, which Bristol City aren't too happy with. The capitulation of York City. Well, this feels a bit relevant because York City are doing quite well at the moment. So they'll be hoping whatever this capitulation was is that they could put that behind them. Wow. Certainly punching above their weight then. Oof. Bit interesting there. And now, oh, was that awarded? Yeah, that's awarded as a West Brom throw. Yeah. I think there's been some not what I call blatant, but some really avoidable errors from the linesmen and the assistant referees. Ratchich is going to win that back. Oh, good, confident defending in the end, actually. That actually may be Maludu who did that, actually. Wow, 5 points after 26. That is insane. So, with it being 46 games in that season, you're telling me that they only picked up 5 points in their last 20. So that's 5 points out of 60 available. That's under 10% of their points picked up at their final 2/3 of the season. That is unbelievable. In fact, no, that final half of the season, I should dare say. That's unbelievable. Unreal. So now York will be hoping that they actually don't do something like that this time around and they actually keep consistent. Oh, that's some good skill by Michael Johnston there. He wants his hat-trick. Oh, and the shot just balloons wide of the post. I think it's been awarded as a corner though, actually. Johnston has certainly been a really good positive light in an attacking sense for West Brom. I mean, that touch is unreal. And to get past Cameron Pring the way that he did as well is so unbelievable. Right, yeah, it is a corner because it was, to be fair, a block from the defender. Oh, yeah, that draw just balloons the shot just wide of the post. The swift of the corner. Header, it's cleared now. It wasn't quite cleared first attempt, but second attempt, it has been cleared successfully by Bristol City. 2019-20 whole season, yeah, that's actually not too far away from that. For what I remember, it was my first season doing the championship on Lexas, and certainly Hull did start off well, but then, yeah, they did collapse in a big heap on the floor. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, I'm so tired all the time. I was hoping relaxing would actually make me a little bit more chirpy, but no, clearly not. I might have an early night tonight, and there's no reason for me to stay up late at all, to be quite honest. You know, I did watch Fury and Usyk last night, which didn't really help my case. Yeah, but I've also with the fact that I'm going to meet friends tomorrow, I've got to make sure I actually get an early night and actually get some sleep. Okay, John Swift, he does try to play out in the centre. He did it successfully in the second time of asking. Ratchich, he keeps the ball alive just about, but some desperate defending and Bristol City do well. Mayulu does lose out in the 50-50 against Mason Holgate there. Now here's Tom Fellows. He does very well to keep the ball in play. Header, not quite cleared, but now it's cleared from Bristol City. Thoughts on the fight? I thought the result was correct. I just did not expect it to be as clear cut as it was at the end. I thought if it was going to be a Usyk win, I thought it'd be at most 2 points difference, not four. Four surprised me. I thought the score was going to be 114, 115 in favour of Usyk. We were making our predictions as the fight was going along, and I think the first round was very close. I think Usyk did okay. Then in 2, 3, and 4, Tyson had two. Oh, here we go. Good opportunity there. Oh, just wide for West Brom. See, this is what happens. I need to talk about other things other than football to make chances appear. So this was an unbelievable ball by Carl Bartley, and the touch there from Fellows is sensational. But it's really good defending. I think that's Rob Dickey. What a crucial block tackle that is, and Mudger just can't get there. Thunderballs, good to see you. He's a corner to West Brom, by the way, from that. So yeah, in my fight, I think it was very close first round. I think Usyk 2, 3, and 4 just nicked it. Fury, I think, then had 2 really good rounds in a row. And then again, 7, 8, 9, you could kind of flip it to one or the other. It was quite close. But then I thought in the final 2 rounds, I thought Usyk really showed why he is, in my opinion, the best boxer in the world at the moment. Tyson started off the fight early looking pretty good, but then he lost. Yeah, I think certainly the last 2 rounds proved to me that it was Usyk's fight to lose. And I think even when Fury was doing quite well, I thought the first round I feel Fury did quite well. And then there was a midpoint in the fight, which I actually think Fury brought it back a little bit and made it quite interesting. But it was ultimately, even though that there was those moments, I never really had this doubt that Usyk was going to get knocked down and being defeated. There was just something about his movement that even when he was, being laid a hit, the recovery from Usyk was seamless. It was unbelievable, and it was a lot more noticeable when Fury took a punch. It took a little bit more out of him. No, I do not want to put my life on the line. No, thank you. I think I already said hi to you, Thunderbolt. So, it's good to see a lot of you here. I'm really happy, actually, with the average viewers. I've been really, really happy with how this stream has gone. I actually don't know how the stats are. I did have the stream open. They're just having a lot of wide shots on the rain, which makes sense. We did actually lose a subscriber as well. We're back down to our 2745 subs. So we're 5 away from 2750. We're so close. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've been really touch and go about if I could do next season in a championship. It's been so tough for me to make my mind up. Oh my god, what a good chance that was from Racic. Cross comes in, headed away. Bristol City wanted a handball, but it wasn't given. But yeah, because of the difficulty of balancing YouTube and work, I've really found it difficult. And honestly, I really wanted a bigger social life as well. So I'll be really, really touch and go where I'm going to do next year. And if it means that this current season is my last season, then so be it. It's been absolutely fun to do this the whole way round, and any like and subscribe really just reminds me of why I do this. And ultimately, whilst it has dried up a bit, it has actually given me a sort of like a wider hint that maybe, when you like rinse a towel and you try and get rid of all the waters, like, have you run the towel completely dry now? So it's something I've got to assess very carefully next year, I think. That's a good through ball to Josh Maja. Can he make advantage? Oh, no, he can't. He's just wide of the post. Again, that's some big chances for West Brom. And I've got to say, apart from one save made from Alex Palmer from Malulu, Bristol City have not been on it at all. It has been West Brom who have been creating the chances. Gatsby is still asleep. Out of all the times the Blue Terrier's not here, I actually have Gatsby stay with me for the entire stream. I might just have to take a picture and send it, because I think he's in the Discord chat, I think. So I might just do that. Okay, corner comes in. We're just going to wait very patiently for it. I think it's going to be Moet taking it. Oh, that could be a good chance. And it's a goal kick. West Brom aren't happy with it. We've got 25 minutes left of the game. As I said, I didn't think there'd be too many goals. So what has happened here? Yeah, I mean, Marge has just completely sliced that shot. It's not one of his better ones. So, what are everyone's plans for Christmas? Because I've not heard a lot of reaction to what people are doing for the holidays or Christmas. It is really, not too much for me to report on. But in terms of, I was going to talk about what things I'm going to do for the channel. So I've got, of course, my video, my week 23 video for the championship. With that being released on, when am I going to release it? That could be a Christmas Eve video, actually. Tuesday release and Thursday when they play. 2 days to get your predictions in. I think that sounds good to me. Might record that tomorrow, actually. That might be a good time to use my day as well, actually. That's more I might do. I might make the graphics tonight and then record the video tomorrow. And then, excuse me. And then, obviously, then it's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then that's when things get a bit crazy, because ultimately we have Boxing Day games. Then I think we have got another set of games on the 28th, I like to say. And then some on New Year's Day. Racic, deflection, and it's over. It'll be another corner for West Brom. I do need to check the timings though, now that I've mentioned it. So Thursday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All 12 championship games on Boxing Day. That's helpful for me to know. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, nothing. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just the Premier League that just have that then. Okay, that's actually quite helpful for me. Okay, wait, just corner for West Brom. Let's just see that quickly. Dickey with the header. But one back in, but then cleared. Bit of pinball going on. Excuse me. Right, this could be a chance. Can I keep it in? No, it's good defending. Good defending from Bristol City there. So we have got a Boxing Day set of games, but then we have to wait until New Year's Day, which is actually quite nice. It gives me a week. And then with Wednesday, and then they're going to have it on Saturday, aren't they? Saturday the 4th. Yeah, okay, so that's the quick turnaround. It's basically New Year's Day to the 4th. And I think after that, is it an international break after that week? No, there is, there's FA Cup on that other week. Do we have any championship games as a result? No championship games at all, actually. Mehmeti's going off, by the way, and Hirakwa is on for Bristol City. And actually, after that... then we have a midweek. Those are the games that were missed. So we do have 2 games on Tuesday, the 14th of Jan. Cardiff, Watford, Plymouth, Oxford. Where are Portsmouth's games? There we go. So that's one of Portsmouth's games. So that's going to be on Wednesday, the 15th. And then, randomly a Premier League game on the 16th. And then another week on the 17th and 18th. Okay, it must be after the 18th when it's the international break, because I know there is one coming soon. You've got more... then you've got another championship. My goodness me, January's looking really busy for football. Then another championship there. Oh my word, January looks absolutely chock-a-block full of games. And then there's the catch-up game for Portsmouth Millwall. That's the 28th of Jan. And then you've got another week on the first week of Feb. It must be the first week of Feb when they... No, There's still more. When is this next international break? Why did I think it was sooner than what it was? If Bristol City score 2 and get a 2-2 draw, I might riot, but I probably won't. Nah, right now, 20 minutes in, they don't look like they're getting it, if I've got to be brutally honest. What was I going to do? So hang on, 14th. Still going ahead and seeing when this next break's going to be, but it doesn't look like it's anytime soon. Although it might be this week. I might have just found it. Nope. I'm actually going to Google it now. I can't be bothered. Jack, good morning. Good morning. Where on earth are you at the moment? It's good to see you. We've seen a good couple of you arrive in a stream today, which is always amazing to see. We've got under 20 minutes of a game where it hasn't always been the best to watch, but it has been a rather interesting insight of seeing how both West Brom and Bristol City are getting on, really. And both are kind of doing what I did expect. I did predict a draw. Oh, you did Christmas shopping? Ah, you won't tell me what you've shopped for Christmas, though. I'm assuming that's going to be Christmas presents. Gatsby, are you going to go off now? Gatsby, you've done so well to stay with me for 70 minutes. Could you just stay for about another 20 more? Looks like he is going to stay for now. Just in case you didn't see, Gatsby is here today. There he is. Look at him. There he is. Don't think he's in the mood to speak to me, though. Yeah. And you're off to Crawley. Oh yeah, of course, Birmingham are playing Crawley. I did know about that. There he is, making a couple of snoring noises there. That's certainly a position that he's holding there. Merry Christmas. So yeah, he stayed there for the entire stream, which is quite rare for him. West Brom are making a double substitution. Jed Wallace is definitely going on the pitch, and it looks like Grady Dean Garner is also going on the pitch as well. People we do know very well in the Championship for watching it this year. So Jed Wallace is replacing Tom Fellows, which I think is good. And looks like Michael Johnston will not get his hat-trick today. He was so close a couple of times. But it wasn't meant to be today, and Grady Dean Garner is going to replace Michael Johnston, or Mikey Johnston. Some people say Mikey. One of your biggest wishes was to see a 6-6 draw. Wow, you're going to have to tell me the last time we had a 6-6 draw. Was there a 6-6 draw like within that crazy Boxing Day week? Secret presents? Ooh, don't excite me, Jack. I remember having to rely on someone else called Jack to give me presents before. He didn't really deliver. I'm only joking. It's the prime Sky Bet player, Grady Dean Garner. Yes, absolutely. Right, so we've got 17 minutes left of this game. I'd be very surprised if we do see another goal. It does feel like it's going to stay as it is. I did say if there was going to be another goal, it'll be 3-0 West Brom. I just do not see any sort of way that Bristol City will score unless it's a pen or if West Brom make a complete howler. But they're looking very confident now. It has indeed, Charlie. The game has settled down tremendously. Right, in fact, I did forget to say, Spurs and Liverpool has just kicked off. For anyone who's just joined, I will preview the squads for Spurs and Liverpool. I'm going to be hoping that Liverpool do not win, because obviously Chelsea did not win against Everton. I figured we wouldn't beat Everton. We have a terrible record against Everton at Goodison Park. Thankfully, that's the last time we have to play in Goodison Park, so hopefully our misfortune against Everton could turn around next year. So, in terms of the squads, we do have West Brom on the attack, though. Might just wait until this attack goes to nothing. Right, it's gone to nothing. So, squads for Spurs. You've got Fraser Forster, Pedro Porro, Draguin. You've got Archie Gray, Jed Spence, Basuma, Mate Sarr. You've got Dejan Kulusevski, James Maddison, Heung-min Son, and Dominic Solanke. Liverpool have got for Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Alexander-Arnold, McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and a front three of Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, and Mohamed Salah. 2-0 is a dangerous lead. Yeah. I think the thing is with West Brom, and I think Charlie's making a good point, the fact that West Brom have drawn so many games from winning positions, I don't think West Brom should feel too comfortable yet. Until we get to around 5 minutes to go, they can really start feeling a little bit more relaxed. But I gotta be honest, Bristol City have offered so little in this game. I actually do not think it will be a concern to West Brom. Yeah, they are feeling comfortable. So I think part of it is down to the experience of that squad. But also, I do think it is also an indication of how, I'm not going to say poor, but how ineffective Bristol City have been in this entire game. Anyone watched the boxing last night? We literally just spoke about it, Jack. That's why I'm really tired today. My opinion, I think the outcome was correct, but I do think the score should have been closer than what it was. You know, one of my brothers is a huge boxing fan. He thought it was going to be a 1-point Usyk majority or a draw. And I figured it would have been a draw to get a trilogy and for Saudi and all of that to make more money. But actually, they did find an outright winner. But I did not think it was going to be a 4-point win. I think that is quite a shock, actually. Because I do think because I didn't watch the full fight from the first meeting, but I did see the highlights, and Fury definitely improved, and I would say a couple of those rounds I probably would have edged Fury for it, but with the fight as a whole, I think Usyk did land more powerful punches and definitely had more impact with the boxing he was putting on the ring. 6-6 draw. Had I been in the top light before, but not in the Premier League. High scoring draw was 5-5. And I remember that game. I remember that 5-5 draw. I actually think that was the last ever game that Sir Alex Ferguson was in charge of Manchester United. Crazy, isn't it? So with only 15 minutes left. Oh yeah, no, I honestly thought that it would have been Usyk. I looked at how all of them felt walking out, and I sensed a bit of nervous energy from Fury. But I did think Usyk, he's got this arrogance that he's just the best in the world. He's still undefeated, and when you've got that mentality of still being undefeated, I think it does really give you a big confidence, psychological boost as well. So ultimately, I think Usyk certainly had his fight to lose. Fury had so much on the line for this, and I think the pressure did limit him at times, but it was certainly not a disgraceful performance by Fury. It was certainly a lot better than the last time around. But I agree, it should have been closer. If it was going to be a points difference, the max I would have expected would have been 2, not 4. That shocked me a bit. But other than that, I thought the fight and the outcome was exactly as I expected. Right, so with 12 minutes left, how is everyone feeling going into Christmas? I'm going to try and get the Prediction League points calculated today. No guarantee, but I really shouldn't have any excuse this time around. I will release my Week 23 predictions on Christmas Eve, probably wearing this jumper. So it'll be a nice festive Merry Christmas to you guys. And then our next video will be the New Year's Day predictions. A yellow card being awarded to Carl Bartley, by the way. Birmingham will be tough. Oh, Birmingham are going to get promoted. They're absolutely going to get promoted. I don't see any option how they won't be. Unless they get done for financial fair play. And that won't happen. So yeah, Carl Bartley's just been put there for West Brom. One thing I will say about West Brom, they're just going to be a little bit careful that they don't have too many of their better players booked. Because they have conceded a couple of free kicks quite recently. But they're conceding them in areas where West Brom are actually able to clear quite comfortably. Excuse me. So we're into our final 10 minutes. I think in terms of stoppage time, we're probably going to see 3 to 4. We did have not really a head collision, but we did have a mini scare of 2 separate injuries that happened at the same time for West Brom. But other than that, we had little to no delays, no goals. So West Brom again making a double substitution. John Swift going off the pitch. Looks like Dobbins going on. Yeah, Dobbins going on for Swift. And Devante Cole is coming on, I'm guessing, for Josh Maja. Yep, Josh Maja off the pitch and Devante Cole on the pitch. I still remembered when he was playing for Barnsley last year, actually, which is crazy. Is that it feels ages ago. He was a nightmare for Barnsley against Ipswich when I saw them play. It was certainly... Okay, no, that's 2 years ago. I was going to say, Barnsley are League One now. I'm still operating with Barnsley being a Championship side, but then I forgot about the absolute horror show that Gerard Struber cooked for Barnsley. And honestly, after their result, 4-0 against Leyton Orient in their last game, it does look like they're going to stay in League One for a good number of years still. And I fear that is probably going to happen with Rotherham as well, because they're not really doing too well either. What we do notice a lot of the time is actually a lot of the teams who are relegated from the Championship either do compete in League One and take a couple of seasons to get back to it, or they just completely fall off the face of the earth. And it's what we're kind of seeing from Barnsley and Rotherham at the moment. So they were, consistent Championship outfits when I was doing videos on them, but yeah, it feels like an age now that I've not spoken about either one of these sides. Okay, so we're only 82 minutes. Do we think we'll get another goal? Maybe if we get hit the like button, we might get another goal. Who knows? If you guys enjoy this stream, which if you do want to see more streams, do let me know in the chat, and please do let me know in the comments as well, and I will give my time to do it. I think that's an hour 50 odd of my day to do this, and ultimately I'm not getting anything from it apart from the fact that I am speaking to all of you guys, and it's giving me a chance to relax a bit and watch some football as well, which ultimately a full 90-minute game I don't watch a lot of now these days. A lot of the time when things take me more than an hour and a half, I've got to move around and deal with things. Hopefully some fighting, maybe that'll be a good bit of spice added to this game. I feel, and it did look pretty feisty actually in the opening couple of minutes or so, but it felt like that both managers have actually told their players to calm down because there was so many bookings being handed out. Bristol City trying to press, but they've not utilised their press properly here. West Brom have recovered well. Devante Cole, but Zach Viner managing to get enough to be enough of a nuisance to deal with it. And free kick awarded to West Brom. Bit of frustration there. But yeah, next video, of course, will be Christmas Eve. Then probably not New Year's Day, but it'll be 30th of January, I think. Gatsby's still staying around, actually. 30th of January will be my New Year's Day video, and then ultimately we roll on 2025, which is crazy. Favourite Christmas movie? Oh gosh, that's so hard. We've watched a couple already this year. I always like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's always the perfect one to watch with family. That got multiple age ranges who can understand all the references. I do like the Home Alones. I do think the Home Alones one, because we've watched them to death, I'm sort of now getting to the stage where I'm getting just a tiny bit bored with it. With National Lampoons though, it's one of those ones where I can actually watch still and I can still find things funny because it's so quotable. I'll tell you what I actually enjoyed, and I didn't think I would enjoy because I really put it off for so long, was actually Love Actually. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Won't lie, absolutely cringy a bit. Chance for West Brom maybe? Counter-attack had gone to waste there. But actually, it was not too bad. But I wouldn't say it's my favourite. I think it will be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. But Elf actually is a very, very close one as well. That's always a classic that we like to watch too. I'm sure there's others. Another interesting one is The Grinch as well. We sometimes put that on. Polar Express is another interesting one as well that we put on. Bristol City with a small chance outside the box. Can I get something out of this? Ooh, close. I can hear people talking about, oh, a bit of obstruction the goalkeeper there, and looks like referee is actually giving the benefit for West Brom there. Okay, I can tell that people are watching the football downstairs. Oh, Gatsby, you've done so well, but he's leaving. Oh, you can hear him jump off, can you? He's done so well. I'm so proud of you. You've stayed in my stream for 85 minutes. That is nearly a full stream. In fact, if you could just wait 10 more minutes, that'd be a full stream. A full stream from this monster, which honestly, I don't think he needs to go anywhere. I mean, unless he gets very, very, agitated and he wants to leave, then I'll actually have to let him go. Yeah, well, happy birthday for Jack. Is it Christmas Day, or is it just a bit before, a bit after then? Why did I feel like I remembered speaking about this not too long ago? It's always quite awkward when you have birthdays that are so close to Christmas, I find. A lot of the time, for what I know, some of them just have a big batch that have their birthday and their Christmas presents together. Some actually do have their birthday and Christmas presents on different days. But then I almost argue, if you have your birthday after Christmas, you might as well just receive all your presents on Christmas Day and just say it's your birthday as well. Oh, right. End of June. I mean, before we know, when we hit 2025, you'll be there in no time. The way how quickly this year has gone, I wouldn't be surprised if we just blink and we're immediately in the 26-27 season. It's crazy. Chance for West Brom to end it. Oh, Devante Cole. You should be scoring from there. Oh, that could have killed the game off for West Brom. Oh, don't. I remember when I was 21. I don't do what I did when I was 21. It was Dean Garner with the pass. It's like 2019-20 all over again for West Brom. Brilliant pass from Dean Garner to find Devante Cole, and it just wasn't quick enough, and he actually kind of slipped over trying to get to the ball as well. It's a poor chance to miss. If Bristol City score from this, then could potentially be a big moment wasted, and West Brom got to be a bit careful there. They nearly gave the ball away in a dangerous area. But a strong tackle. What a great tackle that was by Alex Moat. Great play. Here's Dean Garner again. Yeah, well, to be fair, Jack, you are living your best life. Just go on and enjoy it, because you won't feel as good afterwards now than you will be if you have to do it. When I go out now, I always have to think, am I working? Do I need to be up to do a chore? Do I need to be up to do any of this? Do I need to do any of this? Because all the time when this happens, I lose nearly a full day from it. So my body's not really cut out for this sort of party style anymore. So it's one that I don't really do. But fair play to you. I'd love to be 20 again to do all of that, because ultimately the only times that I would only joke about that I never get hangovers was when I was 20. Now that I'm 24, it's terrible. But yeah, why not? Exactly, that's the right attitude. Why not? You're going to have fun, you only live once. Yeah, and football, I think the best memories you get, Jack, are from football. Ultimately, I think that's the best thing for it. So yeah, I think I've answered the question about the Christmas movie as well. It wasn't really a decisive answer, but it was something. We're into our final 30 seconds, guys. How many minutes of stoppage time are we getting? I'm going to predict we're going to get 4. Chance for West Brom again. Similar chance to the last one, but it's still be kept alive. Blue Terrier, I'm glad you just joined. I cannot lie, you have to rewind the stream, because he has been, Gatsby, in my room for 85 minutes. He literally just jumped off 2 minutes ago. And actually, you are in luck, because the one that you summon is still around. I'm going to see if I can show him to you. Look at him. There he is. There he is. There is the man, the myth, the legend, the Gatsby. Did I not say 4 minutes? It is 4 minutes of added time for West Brom and Bristol City. And Blue Terrier, here he is, the man of the moment. He is shunning all of us at the moment, though. So I can't imagine he's too happy with us. That's actually like a really good angle, actually. You can actually kind of really get a good idea of the size of it. Just the heftitude of this particular thing that exists in this world. You're not going to speak to us? No, you're not interested? You literally only have 3 and a bit minutes until we're ending the stream. Could you just wait there for like literally a tiny little bit? Chance for Bristol City, and it's high and wide. Bristol City have been really disappointing, I've got to be honest. Right, so there you go. So Blue Terrier, we do have a party today because Gatsby has been here, not only now, but for the whole stream he's been here. So I've really been pleased with him. Well, now you want to look at me. Now I'll put the camera away. Are you kidding me? He's in charge. He only wants to look at me at his own terms. You've been really good, actually, because he could be really annoyed with me, but he's actually waiting very patiently for me to finish this stream, and then I'll let him out, because ultimately that's what he wants to do. I think he wants to see what everyone else is doing. Okay, thank you. Cheers, Jen. I'll call you Johnny from now on. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. You only live twice or so, they say. Well, in some cases. There's only some cases where you can relive the same moment twice. Yeah, good chant there. How are you finding Huddersfield Town at the moment, Blue Terrier? Because I think I mentioned this. I had a bone to pick with you and Huddersfield because I decided to place a bet on Huddersfield beating Northampton, and they absolutely let me down. And it was with one of my work partners that we did this bet when we were all at Fort Park, and we did like a combined bet, and he let me down. Well, Huddersfield was the one that let me down. Salah hit the crossbar. All right, I'm hoping this game ends soon so I don't miss it. I know the game is on downstairs because I can hear my dad and my brother actually watching it. They're reacting to it. Gatsby definitely wants to leave, but honestly, Gats, you've got 1 minute and 20 left. And then we can go, all right? Just stop. All right? Just give me a minute. So, guys, I'll give you a chance now to ask any further questions on this stream. It does look like West Brom are going to win very comfortably by 2-0. To remind you what that does to the table, I will just show you now. West Brom actually only needed to score 1 more goal, and then it would have been 6th place for West Brom. But they are going to be joint on points with Middlesbrough and joint on goal difference. The only reason they're not in the top 6 is because Middlesbrough have scored more goals than the Baggies. Bristol City currently in 12th place. It does look like we just got a goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So really good timing, actually. That's a good way to conclude. Unfortunately, is in the way of Liverpool. They are 1-0 up with Luis Diaz getting the goal. So that's a little bit annoying. And Gatsby is really annoyed with me now. Right, you've done really, really well. Just 2 minutes. That's all you need to wait. Just 2 minutes. I'm going to show you him right now. Look at him. He's staring right at me. If looks could kill, he is certainly giving me all the looks that he is really, really annoyed with life. But I will set him free in a minute. Right, it is full time at the Hawthorns. It has ended. West Brom 2, Bristol City 0. 2 Mikey Johnston goals. I mean, he is so good, Mikey Johnston. Every time I've watched West Brom play, I've been so impressed with him. He's got the 2 goals. Tom Fellows deserves a shout out. He did really well to create the first goal. I was a bit disappointed with Josh Marger. I was expecting a little bit more from him. John Swift showing why he's just as good. Alex Moore, really good job as well. And just a really solid defensive performance. Alex Palmer didn't need to do too much. Bristol City point of view, there's not really many shining players, I've got to be honest. I wasn't really too stargazed by any of them. I've got to be honest. I mean, it doesn't necessarily to say they're bad, but no performance from Bristol City made me go, wow, he looks really, really good and impressive. Mehmeti a couple of times looked okay, but I got to say, I was a little bit underwhelmed, and I would have expected Bristol City to do a little bit more. Okay, so that's going to end the stream for today. We might do another stream very soon. Maybe, I don't know if we're going to do a Boxing Day one. Maybe we'll do another one soon. I'll think about when we can do it. But ultimately, it's been so good to see all of you guys. Next video will be Christmas Eve. And then we'll see one on the 30th. And ultimately, we roll on to 2025, believe it or not. So guys, if you did enjoy the stream today, hit the like button, please. It really does help the growth of this channel. The channel at the moment, in terms of subs, I don't actually think we made any movement to the subs. We are on 2745, so we didn't get 200, 750 today, but we're only 5 subs away from that goal. So if you could give a subscription to the channel, it would be absolutely amazing if we could do so. I would love it to get to 3,000 subscribers when we can. It would be a brilliant achievement for this channel. And to help the growth of this channel, sharing the channel also really helps the growth of this channel as well. It really does help. Okay, so let's end this now. It has ended West Brom 2, Bristol City 0. West Brom, playoff bound. Bristol City, the typical mid-table team in the Championship. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Christmas Eve with my Week 23 score predictions. Take care, everyone.